Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Newbreed Film Reviews. We are on episode 73. My name is Dave, and Bry's on the podcast, as always.
What's going on, guys?
This episode, we are going to review the absolutely insane, crazy movie, The Hateful Eight by Quentin Tarantino. So it's going to be one full episode, just strictly dedicated to this one movie. So, I mean, I don't know, Bri, you want to kick this one off, dude? We're gonna do no spoilers, and then we're gonna just give you fair warning and just flat out talk about it because it has to be talked about.
Yes,
I got stuff to say, dude. It's like I don't even know what to say right now. Go ahead.
So synopsis, if you guys aren't too familiar with it, is in the dead of winter, a bounty hunter and his prisoner find shelter in a cabin currently inhabited by a collection of nefarious characters. So, when I first heard about this from Tarantino writing the movie, that it was just going to be 8 people locked in a cabin in the middle of Wyoming in the wintertime. It's kind of crazy for you to think about a director like Quentin Tarantino where you're like, okay, yeah, that's going to be no problem for him because you're just realizing that it's just going to be straight dialogue the whole time, right? Like when you're thinking Quentin Tarantino and you're thinking they're all going to be locked in one room, you're thinking no big deal that they're all going to be in one room for the whole movie. So, this movie lives up to everything Tarantino normally does and normally is in a film. Great dialogue, crazy amount of gore, colorful characters, all that kind of stuff. His 8th film in the series, it's awesome. It's kind of cool too. This is like non-spoilerish, but I was reading about the film and this was actually Django Unchained. He started writing a novel for Django Unchained. I'm saying Django like I'm Spanish, like Django.
Django.
It was a novel where it was going to continue the story with Django, and he actually started writing that beginning scene where they're riding on the stagecoach with one another, and he's starting to realize that Django's not the right character to go in this role. He wanted a character that had no moral compass at all. So he actually scrapped Django, and then he started writing this as the Hateful Eight without any connection to Django Unchained, which I thought was pretty cool. Kind of crazy, like you from a script writing point of view, Dave, that you start writing it, you sit down, you start writing it, you start building a story in your head, but then immediately you scrap the main character and you just pick it up with a new one, and you kind of still make a great film, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a professional script writer, but I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I wrote 4 full ones, like over 100 pages. I'm working on a 5th one and like, multiple short stories and this and that. So from like a writer's perspective, yes, I'll call myself a writer. It's crazy. Like
you're going to get published soon,
idea.
man. You're going to be published soon.
We'll see. I'm working on it. It's crazy. Like you have this idea in your head and then once you start writing it, like right in the middle of it, you may just like totally scrap stuff and just be like, oh, this is a better idea. And then you just like, if you're lucky, it fits with whatever you already started writing. But sometimes you have to go back and do a lot of altering, which is a pain in the ass. But, it is amazing how things evolve like that. And then you'll scrap something, save it for another story. Because that's happening to the one that I'm like writing now, right? The one that I sent you, the samples, like, it started off one way. Dude, not to rant, but that's why I have to have like a binder and a pen in hand because I'll like handwrite draft work and ideas I want to keep in it. And then like, so when I go to type it, it's easier for me to like write on paper and scratch out and then start over. You know what I mean? Than like type on screen.
Plus, you can probably go faster with a pen and paper in your mind than you can with typing it.
Yeah, but it's still kind of like a process because like if you choose to write it all out on paper, you got to transfer it and type it out on screen, which is a pain. Or you can be ballsy and just start typing it out and do your work from there, So writing's it's a pain in the ass. Like it really is. It's work. But it's fun.
You think Tarantino just sits down and like spits out a movie, or do you really think he just mulls over it? Like, you think it's a long process for him to write a script, or you think he just sits down and just spits out his entire idea on the page right away?
My gut instinct with him is I think he's so imaginative that I think things come to him, but he seems very anal too. Like I see him kind of dragging stuff out until he feels like he got it right. Like I read someone, it may have been Tarantino, but it was like a script that took about a year. And some scripts, dude, I've read like people have worked on them for 10 years.
Wow.
Like they were just sitting there on a side in a pile and then they come back to it. It's amazing. And then you have like someone like James Cameron who wrote the Terminator premise on a napkin in a restaurant.
Right.
He just like the whole thing, just kind of like the main gist of it on a napkin. Like, you know,
Well,
that's destiny.
I want to touch on too, not many people can write a script where you have people sitting in one room with each other and you're occupied the whole time, by the
Yeah.
dialogue. And that's what Quentin Tarantino can really do. He can carry you through nothingness. And like you've seen in other movies, Pulp Fiction, stuff like that, other of his favorite movies, Inglourious Bastards, sometimes there's nonsense conversations that keep you entertained the whole time. Reservoir Dogs, Reservoir Dogs, you're taking place in an entire warehouse. Like the whole movie's in one warehouse and that's it. But you're occupied the whole time with the dialogue. So he's impressive that way.
Guy. Yeah, he's the perfect guy to like entertain you just with dialogue, like in an environment that way. Cause like his MO to me is like, he's funny, dude. His writing is so raw. Like he'll like put on paper like what you think, but like don't say out loud. He'll put it on screen. Like you have like two bank robbers and one guy will be bitching about an ingrown hair on his neck and the types of razors he uses. It's like stupid shit like that, but he makes it funny. It's like this like human element, like, like raw human element he brings on screen. And it makes us laugh because we're like, yeah, them cheap Bic razors.
Right. You feel like you're watching like regular people, not like a movie,
He's awesome, dude. I'm a big fan. I mean, every time he comes out with a movie, it's on my radar, and I can't even say that I'm like, maybe I'll see it. In my mind, I'm instantly like, I have to see it.
I think, I'm the same way too. I think Quentin Tarantino is the only director that I can say that I've seen every single one of his films.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one I can safely say that I've seen all of them.
He also hasn't had that many though. This is like his eighth one.
Right.
But I hear you, dude. Yeah, I've seen every single one too. And he's crazy, man. Let's just put Paulie on blast. He hates Quentin Tarantino.
I know.
He's not here right now. Right now he'll be bitching and be like, oh, I don't know, it sucks, and I don't understand that. But
that's why we didn't even we didn't even involve him in this one.
Yeah, he would have been hating.
You would have. So there's no Quentin Tarantino hate on this, on the Hateful Eight. So what do you think overall? I give the movie an A. It's great. Is it one of my favorite Tarantino movies? No. I still think that it will rank up in the top of my Tarantino movie picks, but it's not one of my top ones. But I still give the movie an A in my book, and I would highly recommend it to anybody to watch it. You gotta like Tarantino. He's raw around the edges. I wouldn't watch this with your grandma, but it's definitely a good film. What do you think, Dave?
It's tough. Like, I'm torn between like a B and a B plus. I guess I'll do like two grades. For like a Tarantino film, I'll give it a B plus. It's like, it's like 100% a Tarantino film. Like his style, it's Tarantino, period. Like he didn't stray from like what he does at all. And then overall, like, not a Tarantino entry, just a movie on its own. I give it a B, that's a good grade. That's not bad. That's good. Like I found it entertaining. I got my gripes about it, but it's few gripes.
Where does it rank in your Tarantino movies?
Where does it rank? It's definitely not one of the best. I think his best work is probably overall Django Unchained. That's probably his best movie. I rank Inglourious Bastards up there, but not as a whole, but for some of the scenes and like the dialogue. Like Christoph Waltz, like he stole the show in that. He was just like awesome. I got a soft spot for Reservoir Dogs.
Me too. And Pulp Fiction.
But it was good. Oh, Pulp Fiction. How could I forget that? Pulp Fiction is like, man, I can't even pick between that and Django, which is his best movie.
Right.
It's close.
It's one of those two for me too, I would have to say.
Yeah.
Kill Bills are alright, you know.
Those are
Jackie
fun.
Brown's okay. But,
Jackie
definitely,
Brown's good.
yeah, definitely, Django, it still beats this movie, and also Pulp Fiction still beats this movie.
I like the way you bleed, boy. Django is awesome. All right, so what do you want to get into spoilers?
Yeah, let's get into spoilers. Let's get into this crazy
Okay.
shit.
All right. So for the people listening, if you've seen the movie and you want to hear us talk about it, by all means stick with us. If you haven't seen the movie and you still want to hear us, you can stay on. That's fine. But for the people who haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, you have 3 seconds to get off because we are going to ruin it for you. So we're getting into the spoiler section. Fair warning, right now. All right, Bryce. So what are your likes about the movie? Like
Can
in,
I
in
just
dislikes,
highlight,
but I guess likes
can
are
can I highlight probably your favorite moment of the entire film?
my favorite
Can
moment.
I take a guess of your favorite moment?
Go ahead, take a wild guess.
Channing Tatum getting his head blown off.
Yes,
I was like,
and
damn, they got
dude,
him.
that was like fantasy, come to reality on screen. Channing Tatum got his head blown off. Like I was like, that's awesome, dude. I saw it coming too. Like
Yeah,
who didn't see that coming? Cause dude, Samuel L. was a bastard in that movie, dude. He was cold.
stone cold killer.
Stone cold, and he's laying on the bed with a gun, and Channing Tatum has his back to him, and they have like this little the brother and sister this touching moment, like, hey, how are you? Like you,
He did
like,
just
dude,
shoot
I
him in
know,
the balls too.
yeah, he did. I know, dude, he shot him in the ball like nuts. How is he not gonna die? Like
Right,
he was gonna die.
right.
So, but yeah, I saw it coming, but it still was shocking and awesome to see. Because when his brain splattered on her face, dude.
Yeah,
And she's screaming and touching the brain particles. Like I was like, oh my god.
dude.
She was like, she was like, he was giving up. And he was like, well, he took too damn long. I was speeding it up. Oh
Dude,
my god.
his head blew up like the horse's neck in Django.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, his head
boom.
popped like a fluid filled balloon, like a water balloon.
Yeah.
It was like,
You know, Tarantino just gushes blood. Like whenever he gets a chance
yeah.
to, just gushes blood.
hmm Dude, you know who was funny to me in a weird way? The Mexican.
You like the
Dude,
Mexican
he
guy?
was such a sketchy character.
He
Like, he
was.
was all covered up. He had a weird voice. He was very mysterious and sketchy. Like, he made me laugh.
Yeah, he played a good
Calling me a liar.
yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson kept trying to loop him into lies. Like, oh,
hmm
it smelled like pipe, like she'd been smoking the pipe in there, you know? He's like, she doesn't
Yeah.
smoke the pipe. She smokes cigarettes. She rolls her own. You know, he kept trying to catch him. He already knew what was up, though.
Yeah.
You know, Samuel L. Jackson's like,
Dude.
you know the sign that Minnie used to have up there? It said no Mexicans and no dogs. You know why she
Yeah.
took that sign down? Because she let dogs in.
Yeah, dude, that was funny. It's so messed up.
You know who I thought was
He said,
really underutilized in the film? Michael Madsen.
yeah, dude, Michael Madsen's cool, man. And he's been in several Quentin Tarantino movies. He was in Reservoir Dogs. He was Mr. Blonde, the psychopath. He was in Kill Bill.
Yep,
He still got it too, man. He got that swag. He's entertaining.
he does.
I like him a lot. He definitely was underutilized. Um, Jennifer Jason Leah, Lay, I think is her
Lee,
name.
yeah.
She's the Lee. She's I've seen her in a lot of stuff. I believe she was in The Machinist with Christian Bale. She was a hooker,
Yes,
and she was good, man.
she
She was
was.
low down and dirty.
Dude, she just played up on
Scandalous.
that dude, spitting her, doing nose not or getting blood all over her, not caring, you
Yeah.
know, doing snot rockets. Like she was just
Yep.
a hella mess in that.
Yeah. She was a raunchy, nasty chick, dude.
Dude, and friggin' Kurt Russell was beating the shit out of her.
Yup.
Is it
Bro.
bad? Is it bad that I laughed every time he hit her? Like when she was
No.
cracking up at
It's
him when Kurt Russell believed the Lincoln letter thing, and then she was like, cackling like, ah. So he took his hot ass soup and he threw it in her face.
Yeah. How about when he busted her front teeth out?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude,
Dude,
she was a hot mess, man.
Kurt Russell is an OG, man. I love Kurt Russell. I was so glad to see him back.
Me too. He's got his
Um,
acting chops back. He's got that
he
Kurt Russell
does,
swag back.
dude.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell is the man, dude. I love him to death. Like, he was great in this movie. He was funny and very he was just like raw and just like this grizzly, like badass. He got done wrong though.
He did. He
Damn.
did. He's stupid though.
Damn.
Why are you gonna, dead or alive, man? You're just trying to prove a point. Bring him in dead.
Yeah.
I know you, the hangman John Ruth, but who gives a shit?
Mm-hmm.
If you get the same money, why are you gonna try to drag somebody in that's trying to kill you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it adds to the character,
Yeah, I was gonna say I like how Quentin Tarantino creates this mythos, so these backgrounds for these characters, why they call him the Hangman.
Yep.
Yeah, so I liked Kurt Russell, man. What are your other likes for this movie?
I heard Tim Roth, his character, when I was reading about the film too. I guess he's linked to Inglourious Bastards. You know how Quentin Tarantino links all the worlds? I guess he's the great grandfather of one of the Inglourious Bastards.
Oswald.
Yeah, Osvaldo. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
The other dynamic that I liked in the film was Samuel L. Jackson kept trying to piss off. Like, he just wanted, what's his name? Bruce Dern. He wanted to just get Bruce Dern to act up so that he could kill him. Like, from the minute he walked in that door, he was trying to poke and prod at him, try to get him all pissed off and trying to mess with him, and he knew who he was. He was on the opposite side of the battle, and he just wanted to get him and pissed him off enough to be able to have him pull his gun. He did his boy wrong, though. Now, I feel bad for his son. I feel bad. His son didn't do a damn thing wrong.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that was oh my God, man. There's two things about this movie that absolutely pushes the envelope. One of them is that scene with Samuel L. Jackson and the general. It was a general or colonel, something like that. I forgot.
General.
But the general's son, dude, man, he did that kid so cold and foul. And it's funny. It's so wrong that it's funny. That's how you know something's screwed up. That when you laugh at it that shit is cold. Yeah, he made him walk 2 miles butt naked in a freezing cold and broke him mentally.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't believe I was watching what I was watching, dude.
Yeah.
He's you never been that cold before. He was telling the general the things you would do.
Right.
And then when he made him crawl over to him and he's oh my
dome,
God,
man. I can't believe he made him give him dome.
He was I done pulled out my mandingo, mandingus, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was oh my God. Dude, it was so wrong and twisted. I'm sitting there shocked, I can't believe I'm looking at this, but it's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He don't give a shit, dude. He does not care, man.
Dude, it
was hilarious.
Well, let me ask you this. The guys, who signs up for that role? You had no acting chops, and the only thing that you're going to be in the film is walking around butt-ass naked, and then have to fake suck off, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. Mandingus. Yeah, man. You gotta pay me a crap load of money if I'm that actor, I'll tell you that. Or stuntman.
Yeah, he ain't getting...
Dude, how about the imagery? How evil was this scene? Samuel L. Jackson standing there laughing, looking up at the sky, cracking up, getting some dome from the dude. And they showed it, dude. Yeah, they're showing it. It's freaking so crazy, man. I'm
dude,
laughing.
He pushes limits, man.
Oh my God, dude. I never did give your boy that blanket. Oh my God. Oh my God. Classic scene. Another aspect of the film that
was one of those Pulp Fiction kind of speeches too.
Yeah, it was, dude. Samuel L. Jackson, the guy is amazing, man. I'm sorry. No one spits off dialogue like that guy. He is the master of colorful, you know what I mean? Dialogue. speeches, his facial expressions. I love Samuel L.
Me
Jackson,
too.
man. That was a classic. But another aspect of the movie, dude, this is how much Quentin Tarantino doesn't give a shit. He took a lot of flack for Django for using the N-word 247 times.
Right.
And you would think that he would tone it down for this movie.
No, he didn't.
He didn't tone down shit. It must have been like 248 times.
Right. No, everybody
Dude.
got their chance to say it.
Dude, like he didn't tone down a damn thing. And to his defense, like he's not racist, man. Like I don't think he's racist. Like you wouldn't have black actors in his movie if he was you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's a period film. Yes, it's gratuitous and he does it for shock value, but that's a real form of dialogue that was really said.
Yeah,
you know, like during those
takes place
times.
right after the Civil War. After the Civil War ended, you know.
Dude, that's how people legitimately talk, and they probably said it that often. So he just kept it real and just left it in the script. That's how he wrote it. It's risky to do that, you know, especially being like a white director or like writer, you know what I mean? Like, cause you're gonna take some shit.
Right.
Like, you know, like if he was like black, maybe he'll get some leeway and it probably would still get crap, you know, but he pushes the envelope, man, and kudos to him. It's a terrible word. Don't get me wrong, people. Like, it's a horrible, derogatory word, but for film and like in his movies, I think he just portrays the time period dialect like raw. Like he just
Well, he also
he just keeps it
like
real.
you said too. He likes the shock value.
He does.
I mean, look at his gore. His gore is for shock value.
But the thing is that yes, it's gratuitous, but in his other movies, he drops other racial slurs for different races.
That's true. Inglourious Bastards, you know, he's dropping Jewish ones and German ones, and
dude, all kinds. Like
I don't think anybody's safe. No one's safe.
No.
Like no race is safe. He doesn't go against one single race, you know. Every single film has touched all the different races.
Yeah.
Including white people.
Man.
Including white people.
Yeah, dude. How many times he's dropped the C word, man?
Right.
Like in his movies. Come on. So, I have no issue with it. I don't get offended if they drop like racial slurs on Hispanic people. Like I'm Puerto Rican. It doesn't bother me. It's a movie, you know, and to me, words only bother you if you like allow them to, you know, it's just words, you know, like, so.
Right.
But I love him because he pushes the envelope. He's fearless. And it's like, it's refreshing, man, especially like in this age where like everything's so PC. Everyone's afraid.
Don't do anything wrong, you know?
Yeah, everyone's afraid of doing it.
He doesn't give no fucks.
No fucks given, dude, at all. Like, that's what I love about him. What else did you like about it, dude?
Dude, let's talk gore. Dude.
Classic Tarantino.
Dude, Kurt Russell, like, drinks that tea, dude, and he spits that blood all over the place. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that driver. I feel bad for, like, his little horse carriage driver or whatever. That dude did nothing wrong, man.
Dude, speaking of that, I don't know if you picked up on this, but obviously Quentin Tarantino is a fan of the movie The Thing. Like, because number one, Kurt Russell's in it.
Yeah, I had the same vibe.
Number two, it's an isolated environment in a snowstorm. Number three, they had that trail of sticks with the rope leading out to the outhouse, which is very reminiscent of like when they would go to McCready's like a little I wouldn't call it apartment, but
igloo thing.
His bunk thing, like they like trailed through there. It was, dude, very similar. How about this? The composer is Ennio Morricone, who did The Thing score. Dude, and you could literally take that
sound.
score.
I knew that's like the sound of it. I loved it.
Yeah,
you know how like
dude.
Quentin Tarantino goes overboard with like the music? I love the music in it.
Yeah, it was great, man. And you can like I picked up on it right away without looking it up. Like it was that composer because they sound just like the Thing movie. And then when they were like puking up blood with the Thing type music, it was like in the scenes in the Thing where like it was the gore happening and crazy events. It reminded me of that,
right.
Like that horror gore element and the like puking up blood. It was, I think he purposely did put nods to that movie.
Right.
That's what I picked up anyway. But, yeah, that scene was crazy, dude.
Dude,
Spitting up all that
they're
blood.
like profusely vomiting. Who do you think poured who do you
Yeah.
think poured it? Did you notice that they had all three of those guys? So I was looking for a black glove, because they show the
Mhm.
black glove pouring it in.
All of them.
All of them have black gloves. Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yep.
genius. I totally picked up on that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's little things like that in a script and writing that you're genius. Like, it's that paranoia aspect too. Like the thing,
Right.
like who's poisoning and who did this and who can you trust? But the black gloves, dude, it was such a nice touch because you see like these it looked like little hands to me. Like it was like little hands.
Yeah.
And then like I was looking at the movie saying, who got little hands? Like with black gloves. And they all had black gloves on. I'm
Right.
like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
Like who did it? You know?
It's cool
So,
too, Tarantino has like his brands, like he links brands throughout all his different films, like Big Kahuna Burger and stuff like that is in a couple different films. Red Apple Tobacco is like one of his different cigarettes that are all in different movies. And Minnie says like, I got Red Apple Tobacco if you like rolling it. It's cool just how he links his own brands in his own films,
yeah, he's awesome, dude. His writing. How about the scores that it got? Like, IMDb gave it 8.2, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 75%, Metacritic gave it 70%. I think IMDb is more on the money. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it did better than 75 and 69%.
Yeah, I mean, and the problem is
It was good.
you got a crazy over the top R-rated movie. It's not for the masses. It's a certain kind of audience that's going to watch it. Your average moviegoer is not going to see this movie. Your average Tarantino liker or lover or somebody along those lines is going to go for this film, but not your every other person. So I think IMDb's got it more kind of accurate, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely 8.5 would have been more of a fair grade to me.
Mm.
Um, can I just talk about real quick, like my likes, like a short list, and then dislikes, and then if you want, you can touch on those. Or
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
so, like without ranting, and if somebody's already brought up Kurt Russell's performance, major like, loved it, loved to see him back like that. Samuel L. Jackson killed it, classic Sam Jackson performance.
Yep.
He was great in the movie. Walton Goggins, he's a up and comer. He's kind of been in the game a bit now. He's from Sons of Anarchy and The Shield.
I was going to say, how long has The Shield been over?
Yeah, dude. And he was in Predators. He played that crazy criminal. I like him, dude. I thought he brought something to this movie, and it was great to see him getting, a role. And I hope Tarantino keeps working with him, man. He was a colorful, fun character.
Mm-hmm.
The music by Ennio Morricone, I already touched on that. Genius composer, legendary. It was awesome. The Thing element, love that. Love the gore, the classic Tarantino gore, the shock moments, colorful characters, colorful acting.
Dude, the hanger at the end. She chops off Kurt Russell's arm.
Oh my god.
And then they're like, well, how are we going to kill her? We got to kill her. Mm-hmm. What's he say? Like, what's his line?
Oh, I don't remember.
I forgot what it was. They both stayed to each other. No, Kurt Russell's line, hangman line. They both stayed to each other at the end of the film. I forgot what it is.
I don't remember.
Like, you don't bring him to the hangman unless you want to get him. I forgot what the line was, but they both say to each other, and then they look at each other and smile, and then they try to hang her from the ceiling.
All I know is brutally killing a woman on screen is pushing the envelope. Like, I'm sorry.
Right.
It's sometimes it's difficult to watch, but in her case, she was more like a creature in that movie.
Right. I mean,
she wasn't like a woman. She was like a gnarly chick.
They didn't give her sympathy. It's not like you're hanging, you're not hanging like
pregnant mother or
exactly.
something.
Yeah, she's a badass criminal.
She was a low down, dirt doggy chick.
Right.
And it was crazy, man. So chaotic. She's hanging there choking with Kurt Russell's severed arm.
Yeah, hanging on her. She's covered in blood.
So
She's covered in her brother's blood.
Yeah. So crazy, dude. Samuel L. Jackson getting his balls blown off. That was hard to watch.
That was.
And he's screaming in the background, oh my god. Dude, how about the action? the gunfight
Yeah, that
scenes,
was
and
pretty cool.
it's
Hmm.
cool, pretty cool. Um, three dislikes without ranting. Channing Tatum already talked about it.
He
Wooden,
didn't add.
out of
He
place
didn't
in this
add
movie.
anything. He didn't add anything to
Dude,
the
he was
film.
out of place. Like,
Do you think that
I don't know.
Tarantino didn't give him that much screen time because he saw that, or he cast him because he knew that that character wasn't going to get that much screen time? Because it seemed like
I just,
he out of 2 hours and 40 minutes, 6 minutes. I mean, he was in there for what, 10 minutes, maybe?
yeah,
They
he
hit
was
him in the
barely in it.
basement the whole time, you know?
I think, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Could be. I mean, I think maybe he could have just cast him just in general and without looking into it too much. I mean, that's just how his character played out, dying quick, but he just was not, he just didn't fit to me. So, like, I don't know, man. He was awkward. He didn't fit in his movie to me. Like,
Jody.
wouldn't, yeah, his accent, I'm not a fan of his, dude, at all. I just don't like him. And watching this is like, God, man, you're gonna murder Gambit. Like, he's gonna be a terrible Gambit. Like, but that's my opinion. Another gripe, it kind of dragged. Like, it took a lot.
Yeah,
It was a lot of build
yeah.
up. Like,
A lot of it up.
mid-movie,
It took a while
yeah,
to
you're
build it up, yeah.
waiting. Yeah, and it's Tarantino, but for some reason in this movie, I think it was more so than his other movies. There was a lot of build up,
I think it
but
would
I'm
have been,
glad I stuck.
I think, this is Quentin Tarantino's director's choice, but I think if you had a little bit more action maybe in the beginning, people would be more willing to wait. But because it started off so
Yeah,
slow, and then all you did was watch a conversation in a carriage for
yeah.
the first 40 minutes of the film, that it was boring. Like if you put a little bit of action in the beginning or something, you know?
Dude, it was right on the line where it was just about to be boring.
Yeah.
Like if it wouldn't have started picking up, I would have been like, like it was right there. It was like 45 minutes, almost an hour, and it's like you haven't got to the meat of the story
Right.
yet, and it's like, damn. But once it started getting good, it was like very good.
Yeah. I mean, the last hour
That's
was like intense.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude, those are my likes and dislikes. I don't know if you have any input on those.
No,
Or
I'm
did you
right
want
along
to?
the same way as you. Those are all the things I already kind of brought up. All the things that I would like to touch on. I think Michael Madsen was kind of underused. So was Tim Roth. I don't think he was really used that.
Yeah, dude, Tim Roth is
He is. He's a
awesome.
fantastic actor, and
He is great.
I think obviously Kurt Russell and Samuel L. Jackson, Quentin Tarantino really wanted to use them, and they were the drivers of the movie. And I understand that you have too many characters that you have to balance and stuff like that. And I mean, I loved Samuel L. Jackson. I love Kurt Russell and the way that they did it. I just think that those characters needed a little bit. They could have added a little bit more to the story, you know?
I wanted to see more Kurt Russell. I was kind of bummed when he died. I like this character. It was also interesting how Samuel L. Jackson's character and Walton Goggins' character, the sheriff,
Yeah.
they didn't get along and they were like enemies. And then towards the end of the movie, they're like buddy
Yeah.
buddy. Dude, how about when okay, this is kind of intense and cool.
I
And
thought
they
he was
played
going to
up on it
turn. I
well.
thought he was going to turn. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He was like, no, like, hold up. He's like, let me hear what she has to say now. Like, and it was, I like how they played that up. And Sam Jackson's all looking at him all worried, like,
Because he's
like,
got no bullets.
what's he gonna do?
No bullets in his gun, so he's
Yeah.
shit out of luck.
Bro, how about when he shot her foot?
Yeah. Like, shut up.
Samuel L. Jackson. Oh my God. He was cold, man. Oh my goodness, man. All right. Let me ask you this. So Quentin Tarantino has been on record and I saw interviews with him recently. He said that he wants to go out while he's still making good films and he doesn't want to go out when he's already in a decline. So this is his 8th film. Oh, really 9th, but Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 are really like one movie.
Yeah. He doesn't count.
He's going to
Dusk Till
retire.
Dawn either, and he doesn't count the.
Oh, he
I
doesn't?
don't think he counts the Grindhouse films.
Oh, interesting. He said he's done in about 10.
Yeah, I heard it was 10.
So
I heard he was stopping at 10. Only 2 more.
yeah, this is possibly his 8th, so like you said, 2 more. Dude, I'm sorry. There's going to be a huge void in film with him gone.
But let me say this.
It's going to be a sad
Let me
day.
say, I don't think he'll walk away. I don't think he will. I don't think he can. That's all he's been doing his whole life, you know? He worked at
Yeah.
a movie rental place, like a Blockbuster, and he's been doing films ever since. And he might step away and just be a writer, because he likes writing. Like
Yeah.
he wrote Natural Born Killers, and he wrote, a couple other, he wrote like The Show, From Dusk Till Dawn. He wrote those kind of movies, so.
See, but like I'm not a director or have no experience in that. It must be, I could imagine, like, if I put myself in his shoes, if he just becomes a writer, it's gonna drive him crazy.
Yeah.
Like watching his material being worked and tweaked and not his full concept or story. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're right. He's probably gonna be like, nah, I can't do this. I wanna like do my own
Right.
movies, you know, full control. Cause he's always done his written and directed by thing,
Right.
you know? So
I don't think he's
really
done.
retired.
He might drag it
No.
out though. Kind of like, whatchamacallit. James Cameron said he's not doing any more films except for Avatars. That's it.
You better hurry up,
That's what
man.
he said. He said he's not doing any more films except for Avatars. So he's got 4 planned, or 3 planned. So that's it.
Three more avatars?
He's filming 2 and
Oh
3
my-
back to back. We're losing him. Like don't get soaked up, James Cameron, in freaking Avatar. Give us something good. Give us like another Terminator. Don't give us Avatar.
Dude, I don't even care about Avatar at this point.
Either.
Like, when it comes out, cool, I might get excited, but the novelty's gone. Like, I'm just like, I don't care. Like, it's been how many years?
Right.
He's waited too long.
He did, yeah. He let it burn out.
Yep. He should have rolled that wave when it was still, you know, still high.
Right.
But yeah, dude, if Tarantino indeed does retire, I'm gonna be bummed.
Me too.
I'm gonna be bummed.
There'd be definitely a big
I'm a big-
void, yeah.
Yep. Big void of his rawness.
Right.
There's nobody like him, dude. Like, can you think of one director that is as raw and crazy as him to do what they want? I can't think of one director right now.
Fincher.
Yeah,
Dude, Gone
he's
Girl?
like that, but not in a comical way.
No,
though,
not in a comical way. Dark way. Gore and stuff.
Yeah. In a dark way, he doesn't care. Yeah, you're right. David Fincher's he's pretty brutal. He's pretty hardcore. But, alright, that's a good example. But in a fun way,
No,
man, there's no one like him.
No one out there.
Yep. Bro, one scene, how about this scene? When the Mexican got killed. Dude, Samuel L. Jackson lit his ass
Yeah,
up.
he did.
It was like pow, and like blood just squirted out, and then he stands over him and blows his face away.
Yeah, he didn't like him from the start.
Nope. He was like, in 4 bullets and down goes Mexican. Something like that, he said. Oh my god. So would you recommend it, dude?
Highly recommend it. Yep, but not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can't take Tarantino, like don't watch this, you know? From the Newbreed film recommendation right now, if you haven't seen Tarantino films, specifically like Django Unchained and Inglourious Bastards, or even Pulp Fiction, don't watch this movie. If you like Quentin Tarantino, highly recommend going to see it. This shouldn't be I guess what I'm trying to say, this shouldn't be your introduction to Tarantino. You should go.
It's not his best
Right.
work,
But it's still a good movie.
but it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, but it's good. If I can recommend one movie, if you've never seen his work, it's probably going to be Django, Unchained, or Pulp Fiction. You know? But yeah, I would definitely recommend it, even to someone who's not a Tarantino fan, but I will warn them it's a slow build. I'd be like, just stick with it, because it gets good. And, would you own it? Like, buy it?
Maybe. Like, discounted. I don't think I'd be paying no regular price for it. If it was in the Blu-ray bin, I'd pick it up. Cause, well, we didn't even touch on this. Visually beautiful. Like, I would love to see it, like, on, like, the 70 millimeter screen, like, see on, like, a widescreen IMAX or something like that. I mean, the shots of Wyoming that he's there, wow. Like, breathtaking.
Yeah. Dude, I love wintry, like, environments like that, you know, being from New England and stuff, and I love, like, the wilderness and woods, and, like, that's, like, my environment, dude. I love that stuff, you know, snow and,
Ain't no damn snow up here, man. It was, like, 65 degrees on Christmas.
I heard. Yeah, walk around in shorts, play some b-ball. forgot what I was gonna say. It was like in closing with the film. Crap. Totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, I liked it. And oh, how much I would pay for it. If I saw it like sitting on a shelf, I would pay upwards to, I paid like $7 for it on Blu-ray. That's how
$7.99.
much I liked it.
$7.99 you go?
$6.99. You got me. $6.99 with tax, sold. On Blu-ray. Anything more than that, I'd be like, nah.
You wouldn't push the $8 mark. You wouldn't push the $8 mark.
No. No, it's not worth that. So, but you got anything else?
I heard, what's kind of cool too, Jennifer Lawrence was actually supposed to be the main girl. She was close to being the main girl.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, dude, I don't know if I want to see that.
I think she would.
She's so pretty.
She would, and she would have been like a diva about it. I don't think she would have played it like the dark, gritty, like nasty chick that this girl played.
That chick is attractive.
She
dude.
is.
Jennifer
No, but she played it.
She's attractive.
Played like
to
a
me.
nasty, just no clues about her at all chick, and I don't think Jennifer Lawrence would have been able to do it.
Jennifer Lawrence is too girly looking to me. She's too like young looking, like too, she's still got that like young girly face, you know what I mean? So I don't think she would have been right for it.
Plus, I don't think she would have pushed the boundaries because she's got that Hunger Games kind of like younger teenager bopper, like followers that I don't think she would do it.
Then again, dude, in her personal life, if you follow anything with her and dude, she's a wild chick, man.
She is.
She's a wild chick, man. I don't think it's out of her realm to play. I think personally she might be down, but career-wise, like you said, who knows, you know?
But I just posted on the Facebook page a video of the 10 top people we'd love to see in Quentin Tarantino films. I found this from Watch Mojo, their pretty good YouTube page, and I agree with all of them. Every single damn one of them would be fantastic actor.
You said Tom
Hardy, Edward Norton, Denzel Washington. Who else was it?
Denzel would be nuts.
Yeah, Denzel Washington.
Javier
Bardem. The girl.
Javier Bardem would be great. Like, dude, that's probably like my top pick from the ones you mentioned. I could see him fitting into it so well.
The girls that they recommended was, you remember the girl from Inception? The girl that played opposite of Leo? His like wife that's trying to kill him in the dreams.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she'll be good. Dude, she wasn't in a Tarantino film?
No.
Yet? No, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I could see her in it. Dude, Leo was awesome in Django.
Yeah. Oh, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale will be interesting. But still, out of all the ones you mentioned, dude, for some reason, Javier Bardem, I could totally see him.
Or Denzel Washington, man. Imagine Denzel Washington going against Samuel L. Jackson in like a Tarantino movie.
Dude, Denzel in a Pulp Fiction type setting.
Right.
That style of movie. His swag fits perfect for
does.
that. Oh, man. We'll see, man. One can only hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe his last movie, he'll go out with a big bang. So, I don't know, man. I'm all Hateful 8 out.
I'm all Hateful 8 out, too.
Yeah. I got nothing else.
So, check it out on the page. Let us know if you think any of those 10 people are, like, what's your number one pick out of those 10 people that are on the Facebook page? Just leave us a comment on there. You can hit us up on our Gmail at Newbreed Film Reviews 2014. We're about to go 2016. That means we started at 2014. We're about to be like,
yes, sir.
2 years. It's going to look like we're about to be two years into it.
We got that timestamp, so as the years go by, we're going to get more depressed. We're going to get on here more bummed out each episode. 10 years in, but like, yeah, Newbreed Film Reviews. Yeah. We're middle age.
It'll be like 2024, and then instead of Newbreed Film Reviews 2014. So at gmail.com, you can hit us up on Twitter. Actually, just send something to Paul and see if he responds and lets us know. It's at Newbreed Film on Twitter. And tell him that he shouldn't be a Quentin Tarantino hater. Tell him he's not smart for that. In a nice way. Tell him you ain't gonna give him that blanket if he doesn't like Tarantino.
Boy, never did get that blanket.
Yeah. Got any closing remarks?
All right, man. No, just like thanks for listening and following the podcast to the people who do. Yeah, that's it. I'm good, man. We'll be back for 74, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Later.
All right.